Hey yogis, this is Jenny from WiseMind Yoga. I just wanted to start out with saying thank you so much for every single person that showed up at our vulnerability lunch and evening seminars yesterday. Everyone was so open and practicing vulnerability and just super excited about that. So I also wanted to just touch base and review some of the skills that we talked about yesterday and how we can interweave yoga psychology into that. So the first skill is around just allowing ourselves to be seen in our full authentic self, and also that vulnerability is a strength and not a weakness. And so in order for us to do this deep healing work that is required as part of yoga psychology, which we call samskara, or in neuroscience, just behavior change, we have to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. And so we got such positive feedback and interest in this that we're actually going to include vulnerability in our next March groups that are going to be coming up on the 14th and the 11th. And so this evening, we're actually doing an info session that will start at 7 p.m. and more information to follow. So the second skill that we talked about yesterday was actually around letting go of judgment and the inner critic voice. And so I just want to open your mind to this, of how much of letting go of judgment and the inner critic voice, how much that can just change your entire life. So this is a samskara. This is another behavior pattern that has been learned, and we can let this pattern go. And again, it involves vulnerability. And the third skill is around the neuroscience and mindfulness of vulnerability. So we actually can start to change this process. So no matter how long we've had self-doubt, no matter how long we've gone with not being vulnerable, we can still change that pattern and start being more vulnerable. So one quote that comes to mind that we talked about yesterday was from Brene Brown, which is around, we cannot numb fear without numbing joy. So when we numb ourselves with fear and we're not vulnerable, we also can't fully feel our joy and our happiness. And so we want to start to flip that mindset. And I'm just super excited to integrate this vulnerability idea into our groups. And this evening we'll be doing an info session online, or you can just call in. And that information is actually on our Facebook page on wisemindyoga.com under events. And it is also on Eventbrite. So please let us know if you have any questions. If not, we would love to see you this evening at 7, and we'll be offering this same info session actually Saturday at 10 a.m. as well. And so you also can go to wisemindyoga.com and get more information. But we are super excited because I can tell you, without the kula of Yoga Psyche Soul and the women that I had witnessing me in conjunction with my teacher, Ashley Turner, as a transformation guide for my own accountability, in addition to my own sadhana and my own homework and my own healing that I did at home. This is really what it took for me to have the transformation that I did in this healing process. So again, I'm super excited to share this with all of you in a group, and we hope to see you soon at WiseMind Yoga. Namaste.